like I saw Memphis Bleek the other day. Somebody sent me a clip. I think he was on Nori's show, and he was like, "It breaks my heart to see what's going on with Dame." And I was like, they got Memphis Bleek saying that? Because I'm thinking about who's saying that. So it's like, now it's Memphis Bleek. I've heard Fat Joe say it, and Steve Stout. So, number one, you know, Jay wrote a lot of, he used to ghostwrite for Bleek. He wrote a lot of his records. And I'm like, damn, is homie writing his rhymes now? Is he writing his conversation?
Dame Dash is done playing nice with Memphis Bleek, Fat Joe, and even Jay-Z. Things are getting real ugly, and Dame Dash ain't holding back at all. He's finally speaking out about what's really been happening behind the scenes, and trust me, you won't believe the things he's saying. In this explosive rant, Dame Dash calls out Memphis Bleek, Fat Joe, and even claims that Jay-Z is behind a plot to ruin his reputation. Yeah, y'all heard that right. Now, Dame Dash been making headlines for a while, but this is next level right here. What really went down between these former allies? And why does Dame Dash feel like people are out to sabotage him? Let's just say the things he's revealing about his business moves, his hustle, and even what's happening behind closed doors might change the way you see everything. But that's not all. Dame Dash has a message for everybody who's been pocket watching him and questioning his moves. It's personal, it's heated, and it's about to get even more intense. Is he really broke, or are people just hoping for his downfall? Y'all gotta stick around for this one, but before we dive into the full clip, let's break down the bigger picture here. We're talking about major figures in the game, the ones who helped shape the culture. And now they're all in Dame Dash's crosshairs. What's really going on with Memphis Bleek and Fat Joe's comments? Are they just showing concern, or is there something more sinister going on behind the scenes? Now I'm about to play this clip for y'all, but before I do, I just need you to like, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
So what do you think about 50 Cent trolling you again?
You know, I don't mind when 50 Cent trolls. I actually think it's, you know, it's good. He has like, 30 million followers or whatever it is. And, every time he says something, I feel like if anybody, says something that can help, I'm gonna leverage that attention and bring awareness to my business, And, he's a funny guy. So, I already know that if anything now with 50, anytime, like if I slip or anything stupid happens, he's always gonna have something funny to say. But, if you're gonna be snapping, then I can snap too. So the pat shit, that would have been a joke no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't have said nothing if he wasn't playing, but now he plays and he does some slick shit like that. I think it's cool. People can snap, people can joke. But the thing is, I think that I've always said this before, this pocket watching thing. I just don't understand how somebody's pockets could be the narrative. Like how someone could be worried about what's in another man's pocket. And I don't think he really is at all. But I'm just saying in general, like this narrative is nasty. It's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? I've always said it, like a man being worried about what's in another man's pocket. Like to me, only a girl should be worried about if a man got money, and because a girl should be like, if she wants to get some of it or know if she wants to be taken care of or whatever. I mean, I can understand that. But it's like, to me, trying to figure out what's in a man's pocket is like trying to figure out what's behind his zipper. It's like, it's private. It doesn't matter. and I just feel like, I don't know, I look at, like I saw Memphis Bleek the other day. Somebody sent me a clip. I think he was on Nori's show, and he was like, "It breaks my heart to see what's going on with Dame." And I was like, they got Memphis Bleek saying that? Because I'm thinking about who's saying that. So it's like, now it's Memphis Bleek. I've heard Fat Joe say it, and Steve Stout. So, number one, Jay wrote a lot of, he used to ghostwrite for Bleek. He wrote a lot of his records. And I'm like, damn, is homie writing his rhymes now? Is he writing his conversation? Like, is there like a whole room and everyone's like, for now on, just say, it breaks my heart. Because when everybody's saying it, then that means it was a strategic narrative. If they all hang out in the same camp. But my question is, why is everybody worried about, you know, how much money I got or how much money I'm gonna make? Like, if I'm broke now, you think I'm gonna stay broke? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, it just feels like people want me to, those people or whoever's trying to portray that narrative, it's like, if you got Memphis Bleek saying that I don't have hustles, even though I got a television network and I'm producing and directing all my own movies, and it just doesn't add up. But I can just say this, unless you got more than one house, don't let it break your heart. You know, unless you got a couple of cribs, or, you know, don't feel sorry for me. And, you know, Jermaine Dupri did this one time. We were on this TV show, I forgot, was it, Growing Up Hip Hop. It's like the first episode, and he's like, Dame, you all right? You know, I see you living in North Carolina, because I went to North Carolina. I'm like, what do you mean, am I all right? You're going to wait till we get in front of a camera to ask if I'm all right? If you're going to say you feel sorry for me, if you're going to say it breaks my heart, then send something over. You know, you don't ask somebody or tell us, I feel sorry for you or feel sorry for them unless you're going to try to help. If you're in position, then go ahead, do it. But other than that, you're just trying to be funny. So I was like, yo, Jermaine, why you going to be on TV and say some slick shit like, on the thing, like, and you not, like, you trying to, why would you do that? You never called me one day before to ask me, but you wait until we get in front of a camera. When something breaks your heart, it don't break your heart publicly like that. You don't do that. It's a narrative. So here's something else that's going to break your heart, because I'm so broke. Honor Up will be on BET December 7th, Saturday, December 7th, at 9 o'clock. Because that's what you do when you broke. That's when you do when you don't have another hustle. You know? And when people that, you know, haven't really put out records in 10 years, you know, I don't be like, yo, that breaks my heart. I just be like, that's just the choice they decided to make. I wouldn't have made those choices. But before, like, my situation is breaking your heart, I think everyone needs to look at their own. But I don't think you should make somebody feel bad or try to make somebody feel bad because they're working and putting their own money up so that no one can tell them what to do, so that they can make sure their family benefits from it. Now, if you sitting around fucked up with no motion, right, and you're not doing nothing, and all you're doing is performing the records that you did 30 years ago, or, you know, that's to me not having another hustle. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I love Bleek, but it just feels like he got sent to say something, but I don't think he should be the one saying it.
All right, now that you've heard Dame Dash lay it all out, I have to say, this whole situation is definitely more complicated than it seems on the surface. Dame's not just defending himself. He's sending a clear message that nobody can define his legacy or tell his story but him. And honestly, I respect that. I mean, how many people out there are brave enough to stand up against the narrative that's been pushed on them for years? Dame's not playing the victim. He's owning his journey, even when the industry and people close to him try to paint him in a certain light. One thing I really appreciate about Dame is how he's not afraid to call things out, even when it involves people he once considered his family. Memphis Bleek, Fat Joe, and Jay-Z, they've been calling him out, but it's not just for clout or drama. It's more about his integrity and his right to control the narrative. This idea of pocket watching really hit me. Why is it that people are so obsessed with trying to figure out how much money somebody else got? Dame Dash is absolutely right. If you're busy trying to tear somebody else's hustle down, you're missing the whole point. It's about the work you put in, the grind, and how you move forward despite the setbacks. Dame Dash been through a lot, but he's never backed down from his hustle. And let's talk about the bigger picture here. This whole idea of sabotage. Is Jay-Z really behind some kind of plot to destroy Dame Dash's reputation? Or is it just people projecting their own fears and insecurities? Whatever it is, Dame Dash clearly is not letting it affect him anymore. He's got his own businesses, his own vision, and that's something you can't take away from him whether you like him or not. It's crazy how people can get so invested in trying to tear down somebody who's just out there trying to do his own thing. The fact that Dame Dash is out here making TV shows, producing films, and building his empire while other people are stuck in the past shows exactly why people should stop worrying about what's in his pocket and start focusing on their own hustle. It's easy to criticize when you're not making moves yourself, but Dame Dash got a different mentality. Look, I'm not here to choose sides in this whole Jay-Z versus Dame Dash thing. But I think what we can all learn from Dame is that the grind never stops, and you should never let anybody define your worth, especially when you're building something that's yours. Whether people like it or not, Dame Dash is still out here creating, and that's what's important. Let me know what y'all think. Do you believe Dame Dash is right about the sabotage, or do you think there's more to the story that he's not letting on? And make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.